Waiting room fill up.
Going down.
Hang on.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, guys. Hello.
I have you guys in my ear, but I'm trying to get baby to sleep, so I'll be listening.
Sweet baby.
I'm listening to. I'm listening to. No worries. You don't have to have your camera on. Thank God. Okay,
Stare
good.
at a crazy screen ahead of us. A crazy screen, just a blackout. It's blackout night.
I've said bald head.
I'm staring at a bald head right now. Can anybody guess who I'm staring at?
Probably mine. If it's black. Oh, no, it's blackout.
No, you're blackout. I'm staring
Luke?
at a bald head too.
Oh, I
Is
don't
it
know.
Luke?
Yeah,
Oh,
That'd be so Luke.
it's Luke.
Not nice.
Luke.
Nice, Tori. Not nice.
Mr. Luke.
Yes. I just signed up 2 BPs working on the 3rd.
I know. Trust
Dang.
me, we're celebrating you. We're like, look at Luke go.
Don't make fun of his bald head anymore now.
It's fine.
He likes his bald head, actually. I like his bald head too.
I like my bald head better than other people's, but I like my hair better when I had it.
Really? I can't even imagine you with hair.
Oh man. Woo!
You're
Dude.
sexy, huh? You're sexy.
Yeah. Holy cow. Curls and
I
all.
like my body 20 years ago. If that makes
Listen, I would have a mullet if I could right now. I'd be rocking shaved sides with a mullet.
Oh gosh.
I would.
Okay.
Listen, did we invite everybody on? Let me see if I can get a couple more people.
We did. I told him to pop on. We're going to get started in like 30 seconds.
Did y'all plan on having matching sweatshirts?
No, we just we were twinning and we're
And
twinning
Tatum.
with Tatum too because she wore her red hoodie as well.
Oh, of course y'all did.
Mhm.
Always the cheer team.
That's right. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Mhm.
All right, I'm adding some people.
Um,
Here we go. Yay, we have some new peeps on tonight. Super excited. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Tori, if you haven't met me. And this is my hot hubby, Jason. And so let me just kind of dig into what Tribe Talks are all about. You got a pink beanie on. I love it. I love it. All right, so Tribe Talks on Tuesday nights are meant to be very, very casual, very fun, very low key. This is not a presentation, but it's where we come to collaborate. And if I have a specific training topic, that's what we dig into, and then we just kind of have like a Q&A, maybe sharing what's working for you, maybe sharing if there's some frustrations, and then we just bring it to the round table and we talk through it. But it is, Tuesday nights are actually one of my favorite nights now. I think this is our 4th one that we've done. And, I truly am a believer in community and culture. And what I 100% firmly believe in is that whenever you start creating a community that is trusting and it's fun, it's relaxed, everybody comes together to collaborate and just feel accepted. I feel like we can literally change the world when that happens. And, all of us have each other's backs. So it is, Tuesday nights are very, very special to us. I know that earlier in the chat a few days ago that I said that we were going to talk about overcoming objections. And
Yes.
and so, we're just going to dig into that topic. Sometimes, Tribe Talks typically go about an hour, and we just kind of roll with it. If we end up going longer, feel free that if you ever have to hop off, this is a judgment-free zone. So if you can't stay on, there's no guilting you to stay on. But we always have just such a great time that sometimes we end up going long on these because we love each other so much. I want to make sure that I have, yep, it is recording. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna go straight into, well, let's talk about maybe some wins this maybe since last Tuesday, the last gathering that we had to today. Let's talk about some wins. I'll give some shout outs. Shout out to all of you guys. We are now a
Alexa, stop.
presidential director organization. Woo woo! So that is a huge celebration and win for all of you guys, because it simply means this is not a one-man show. This is everybody is moving the ball down the field together, because everybody is talking, everybody is using the system. Or those of you who are at least building a business, and everybody is participating in this success of the organization, your own success, but collectively as a group. So I just want to say congratulations. Want to say congratulations to Ashley and Riley, who threw together an event in Oklahoma that I just had the pleasure of attending. And that was an amazing event. There were a few new people in the room, but more importantly, there were several team members that I either had we had the pleasure of meeting for the very first time. And then we did, some training and answered questions. And so there was just value added all the way around. And of course, the testimonials that never get old. And that's what it's all about, like learning each other's stories so that we can take your stories and share them to the world. And it just gives us more power, more power in our confidence, more power in our presentation, more power and knowing that what we have our hands on is so incredibly special. So that was my shout outs. I will shout out Luke today. I know he's been on fire. And I'll shout out Ashley Harmon too. She's been on fire as far as recruiting. So I'll just take it to, I'll share what I'm doing after y'all share. Ashley, I'll make you unmute first, because I don't even know how many people you brought in. I don't know if it was last week or right at the close of the week before, but I know that it was a ton. So kind of give some wisdom to the group. What's going on? What's working for you?
So it was not this past week, but the week before, the Sunday before. And it was just, continuing to share, being very consistent with my sharing, heartfelt with it. And the people that came on that Sunday, it was just like they'd been watching me for months. And it was people that I didn't even know. Like, I knew who they were, but I didn't, like, they weren't somebody that I talked to on a daily basis or even a monthly basis. But I shared my dad's story of me patching him and him not being able to really walk or stand up straight. And I literally patched him, walked to my trailer, which was 5 trailers down. And my mom texted me and said, "Your dad can stand up straight." And it was just like, everybody was like, "Holy heck, I need these patches." And I'm like, "Yes, you do." And that's the thing, is just mainly, giving people hope and being real with them. So
I 100% agree with that. And I loved meeting your parents, and
it was so good that I wanted my parents to share, but I was glad that my dad at the, I guess probably closer to the end of the meeting on Saturday, he opened up. And I don't know if I've shared my dad's story, but he was never diagnosed with Parkinson's. But he had the shakes really bad. So Linda, he has the story right there with you. And I can't remember, it's 7 to 9 days, somewhere in there, his shakes are gone.
Wow.
And he was even like, I told him, I said, "Just hold up your hand," because used to, if he held up his hand, I mean, it was just going. And now there's no shakes whatsoever. So I don't know, just be real and share from your heart, because yes, we all need want and need the money, but really, honestly, it's never been about money with me. So
Ashley, what old patches is he currently wearing?
I know at first it was just the X39, and I believe Mom said that they've been just diligent about X39. My mom's on here.
Oh yeah, that's right. She did say that X39. Carrie, is there anything else that Dad's wearing?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Sam.
Okay. He started the X49 probably about 2 weeks ago, and he
Okay.
thinks that really enhanced the X39. He said he could really start telling the difference in
That's
his
right. He's wearing both the X39 and the
Yes.
X49, correct?
Yes. And then if they're I think Ashley on his hip,
Whenever
I
we
think
did his back and his hip at the rodeo, I patched him up good because I knew he was going to be on his feet and stuff all weekend. Luke, there's no yawning. And I patched him with Ice Wave, Carnosine, Aeon, and X39 on his back. But when I say he wasn't able to walk really at all, he wasn't able to stand nothing. So I was like, we're patching you up, buddy. And sure enough, within, I would say 5 to 10 minutes, and he was able to stand up straight and walk. So
It reminds me of like Iron Man.
yeah.
We're just gonna start punching the buttons of
Well,
the
I was
patches.
like, I told him, I said, stand up straight. I want to know where. He goes, well, it just grabs me every once in a while. I'm like, stand up straight right now. He's like, and I started doing I put the brown one where he said it hurt the most, and I started going around. He goes, oh, right there. That's where it feels so much better. I was like, okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
I'll share a testimony as far as just something new, and we'll do that before I turn it to Luke for him to share on the recruiting aspect too. Because we've got some new people on tonight, so if you want to like give an update of kind of your patching testimonial, it would be great for some of these new people to hear as well. But for Tatum, she had a sore throat and she's been dealing with a nasty cough. And Jason came home and straight up just put Ice Wave on her throat, and he put like the brown patch directly center. And then he moved the white patch around to see where it eliminated all the pain. And it was instant when she's like, oh, there. And like her eyes got really wide. And so he like patched her like in these two spots, and the pain instantly left her throat, and she could stretch it and it didn't hurt. Normally whenever you have a sore throat, like you move it and you feel everything, right? Those needles in your throat, and it instantly eliminated the pain. So I thought that was pretty fantastic. Who else wants to share an updated patch win for some of the new people tonight?
Tori, can Emma's trying to get in, but it's just keeps saying invalid. She's sending me things.
Well, I mean, I posted the Zoom meeting number, that
I sent her that. She tried that too, but I mean, I don't think she's in New Zealand. I don't think it matters.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's
Okay, I'll keep trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear some testimonies.
Well, I do want to say something also. I know that like meetings or parties or whatever you want to call it, gatherings of any sort, if there's one in different areas and it's driving distance for you, go to it. And if it's open and things like that, because there is possibly some cross line things that happen across the nation and across the world. And if that's opened up to, team wide or company wide, then get to it, because when you're in the room and hearing and seeing testimonies from people live, it's completely different than seeing it and hearing it through Zoom, Zoom is powerful, but seeing Ashley's dad like pick his hand up and he's like, look, my hands are not shaking anymore. And he did. It's just that much more powerful.
Dang.
And so if you can get to anything that is within driving distance, I suggest,
I have one more thing to say to that. I just, we always say that these patches are God sent, and I don't know about you two and Riley, Mom, Heidi. I felt the presence of God while we were in that meeting. And I mean, there was tears shed over just testimonies, the lives that are changed in every day. I mean, we opened our meeting with a prayer. It was just like the presence of God was there with us. And we had 20 people there. It was just, I thank you guys so much for coming, because I feel like that it was very much needed, and it was like a very good meeting.
Yeah. It was
If that's what you call it, meeting, whatever, I don't know.
gathering, get together.
Gathering, yeah.
Meeting sounds very formal, but really just we get together and we have a little patch party.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody close to me wants to do one, I'll be there because I love them.
I do too. I can't wait to do more. Who else? Anybody else have an updated patch testimonial? Jessica?
I have one. So this is kind of funny. Friday night, my son was telling a story of an aggressive baseball coach friend of ours that one time grabbed his son and threw him in the dugout by the neck. So he was trying to act it out because it was ridiculous. And he went like this to me, but he did it like I got throat punched. I was like, oh my God, like, ugh. And so I feel like my trachea started swelling up. I was like, oh my God, you really beat me up. Like I'm swelling and stuff. And so I had an X39 with me and I put it right here, and the pain and the swelling went away like within minutes.
Yeah.
And I know y'all, it was hurting and swelling so bad. I almost thought I was supposed to have to give myself a steroid shot because it hurt. He hit me hard and he felt so bad, but he was just, I guess in the moment with his story.
Yeah.
But so it's similar to when your daughter's throat was hurting, but
yeah, Tatum.
I know the X39 helped.
Oh, I love it. Well, I'm glad that you're okay.
Oh, I was like, well, I can say I've been throat punched before now.
Yeah. Hey, and congratulations, Jessica, on hitting manager.
Oh, thank you.
Yay, super proud of you.
Good job.
We'll be director in December.
Director in December. There we
There.
go. Oh yeah, Micah's on the call. Welcome, Micah, new brand partner. Also welcome Tracy. She's a new brand partner. Dan is a new brand partner that I can that I know of. So super excited that you guys are here. So Luke, tell us what you're doing to have I know you're on fire, and I know that you are just so freaking excited about what's happening. Kind of share some of your thoughts. What are you doing?
Man, for once I don't have words. Man, I'm just fired up. I go to bed fired up. I can't stop thinking about it. I just am more passionate about this than I have been about anything. And I've done the two people that I sponsored today. I did everything wrong. Everything wrong, probably. I talked too much. I will tell you the two things I did do right is I got both of them on a three-way call with Carrie, and I got both of them on a three-way call with Tori. And so that's probably saved it. And I told them I did it wrong. You know what I mean? I said I talked too much and this and that. But, my mom called me today, and my brother's expensive dog might have to, is kind of slipped the disc. And, I've wanted to share with them, and they're just so turned off to this stuff at all and skeptical that it was just the right time. And so I told my mom, I was like, did you share with them that, they have to go in for like an MRI tomorrow for the dog and drive 3 hours, it's $8,000. And I was like, they need patches. And my mom's like, well, I didn't tell them anything, I'm not good at selling it. And I'm like, Mom, I'm going to call Brianna right now. So I called my sister-in-law, and she's never been interested in any of this. And I talked to her and shared some things because I'm like, we need to get the patch on your dog like immediately. And I added her to the Patching with Purpose page for the dogs. I sent her the horse video, and I sent her like things. And from there, I got her on the phone with Carrie. By the time she was done talking to Carrie, she was crying. She was like asking if she could do this as a business or share this with others and make money. Because at first I told her, she's like, where do I order? And I'm like, well, I have a link, or mom has a link where we can get free patches from, referrals. Because I didn't want her to think that it was, this way or that way. I just know my family, and they have money. They have a big business and everything, and everybody listens to them. I mean, but she's stay at home now. She's stay at home, and she's just like a rock star. I would never imagine for her to want to do something like this, but she just felt like God was calling her to this. And she started crying, and she was like, I just know so many people, and that this could help, and everyone's going to listen to her. So she was already like going to contact a bunch of people. And, my mom had two other people, my brother, who's cut his finger and was in the hospital last night, went all the way to the bone. I made sure he was on carnosine and the X39 and the Aeon. And then her friend was 65, and she just fainted yesterday at her house and started puking. And so I had my mom call her and, talk to her. But I've just been excited. I've been sharing with excitement. I've been praying of who to share this with every day. And intentionally, I know what it's going to take to get to where I want to go. And I think that it's definitely going to take sharing with 10 new people a day. And that's my goal. And I think everybody has a goal. If it's one, it's one. If it's three, it's three. But if it's 3 a week, it's 3 a week. But so long as we stay consistent, that's what keeps it going. The thing that I've learned over the years is when I've been consistent, when I've had spurts of sharing, and then I would stop for a while, I would never get off the ground. My business would never get off the ground. There would never be momentum and excitement. And so no matter what it is, you just share with consistency and with excitement. And like Danny said, you have this groundedness and this posture and this confidence behind when you're talking that people feel. And that's what my sister-in-law said. I can just feel your passion behind this. And so even if you do it wrong, connect them to a three-way call. And so, yeah, I've just, a lot of people that I'm following up with. And, I'm seeing where, Tori has been posting consistently, and that's been like an advertisement for her where she doesn't have to go and follow up with these people. And I think that's so important too, that, people that you share with months ago that end up watching for a little bit and then coming out. Like just the other day I had a girl that I shared with one of my people knew this would be right for her, and she just barely came on board because she barely took a look finally after like 4 months. And she's already going to hit manager tonight in like a couple days. And she's a massage therapist and owns like a healing center, and she has other massage therapists that work there. And it's just about knowing what we have and leading with the heart. And I think being consistent, and I'm fired up. I'm ready to run. So there's just this burning desire inside of me to change people's lives and hear more stories the way that we've heard the stories on like last night's call, or with Ashley's family, or with like Linda and some of the other people, that it really changes their life. And you start to get the testimonies rolling in like once you've shared with enough people. And so I'm at that place where it's almost, man, like this is actually going to happen, and I'm sharing from a place of conviction where I'm unwavered, right? So yeah, I think that that's just the key, is to consistently share and be excited, but let the tools do the work. And a couple people that I have brought on board 5 months ago started sharing this last couple weeks with they went on a vacation. One girl went on a ship for 10 days, but she connected Tori and us to three-way chats, and she didn't give them any information. She just told them a little bit and then connected them to the three-way chat, like 8 people, I think, and then left for the cruise. And Tori and I sent this is it info and this and that, and some might be on tonight, but she came back with 5 people signed up, and she was on a boat,
Yep.
getting engaged. So I think Tori has a story like that too, where this doesn't have to be hard to share. This doesn't have to be, we don't have to like, do all the steps right. I think the system is never perfect where this and then this and then this and then this. It's just, layers and then another layer and then another layer. And what I realize is that once people get on this and you keep them on it for a few months, they won't get off of this. They'll user.
I 100% agree with you. And I will attest that, once people understand the power of what's happening in their body, this is the most consistent residual income that I have ever seen. And one of the ones that like legit, it grows every single week. I mean, and it's starting to grow like exponentially. And it's so incredible to see what's happening. I'm so grateful. Because it just means that there's a lot of lives being changed and impacted. But Luke is so right, because we just simply told Amy, hey, just connect us to your people. And some of you guys, as I said we would talk about overcoming objections. This might be one of the biggest objections that you have yet to overcome, is utilizing third-party credibility. And so we just simply said, hey, Amy, just connect us to just bring us people. Bring us people. We will do all the talking. And she just flooded our inbox with these connections, and we took over the entire chat. And five
She
of the
introduced
eight,
on
she introduced us, she edified us, and
on a
then
voice
we took
text.
over the entire chat, and 5 of the 8 have already enrolled. And this has just been in the last 2 weeks. I had a conversation about three days ago with a friend of mine that has been a brand partner for a while, and then she ended up not staying on the patches, but that was because of financially she couldn't stay on them, and she reached out and she said, hey, I want to get back on the patches. And I said, okay, well, let's get you ordered. And she goes, yeah, I'm looking at having to start a second job. And I said, why are you going to do that? Why aren't you letting me help you make money? And, we had a little bit of a conversation. You guys, literally the next day, she posted about her wellness journey, and she's actually been able to lose a lot of weight with just getting healthier, using the patches and whatnot. But I mean, within 24 hours, she has connected me personally with her, myself, and whoever the prospect is to 12 people. And I have taken over every single conversation. I've dripped in some testimonials, dripped in this is it info, and then I invited all of
The
them to
Zooms.
Zoom, sent them the replay, and then I've just continued to just come in and be there and available to answer questions. Because sometimes, not everybody can get to the information immediately, right? And so, there's going to be grace and discernment there. But she's using the system, and I can promise you that what she's doing is filling her pipeline, and what's going to come out is going to be to bring success to her, and probably more success in this business for her than she's ever had in any other business. I can tell you that right now, because she's been in a couple of other businesses, and what she's doing is so diligently utilizing third-party credibility and the Zooms and whatnot, that failure will not be an option. Okay, and it's so great. Now let's open up the lines to just start bringing forth your conversation of what are you running into where you feel like you maybe don't have the ability to overcome the objective, or what are you saying, and maybe I can give you some wisdom as to, okay, let's tweak some things that maybe we're maybe saying too much. So
Today with my sister-in-law, I had talked to her about a lot of it and shared some things, and then she had mentioned, like, what if somebody wanted to be a distributor? Could they make money doing this? And I was like, oh man, like, we're talking a lot of money. And I said, listen, I I know I've done this wrong, but I was trying to get your dog on this today from mom before you left tomorrow. So just know that. And you're my sister-in-law. So I would really like you to just entertain me right now and, hear from Tori's story. And she was like, no, I'm okay. I don't have time right now. And she kept talking and asking more questions. And then another question. And I was like, listen, and meanwhile, I'm texting Carrie and Tori. Carrie's like, okay, I'm available. So I said, listen, Carrie just said she's available. She's not going to sell you on this. Like, I just need you to hear what's happened for her mom and her life and the type of money that she's making. Like, and so she was like, I guess, like not long. And then she got on and it was like 20 minutes. They were back and forth. She's like, I want to talk to you again. Her grandpa was getting there, giving her a birthday card. So she's already got Carrie's number. She wants to talk tomorrow. And she was like, I feel like that you're a godsend, Carrie. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I talked to you.
Yeah. Third party is very, very powerful. And I will just say this. If I'm the one doing third party credibility, that for you guys, I will never embarrass you. I will never have a hard pitch. It's always going to be about connection and, sharing what's happened for me and then finding out what it is that they're looking for. And then just bringing options to the table. So, because sometimes it's a little bit nerve-wracking. You don't know what's going to happen if you aren't used to using third-party credibility. You don't want to feel like the person is being pressured or anything like that. And if you're ever dealing with myself and your prospect, I will never ever make it uncomfortable. I'm just telling you guys that from the get-go. It is not a scary thing, I promise you. So let's open the lines for questions of where are you guys getting stumped? Go ahead, Lois.
Okay, this doing a segue to a third party call. That's where I'm awkward. I heard what Luke said, and I thought that was great. And because a lot of people hesitate, because they do think somebody's going to be like the closer or whatever. Right. And so I guess I will just have to play it by ear to see how to segue into it. I know by texting ahead of time to either you or Luke or Carrie or somebody or Ashley, because Ashley she said something about she'd be available as well. Because I've got like 3 or 4 people that one person said, well, I don't think, and so that means it's not a no. So she's one of them. Another one wants to be a customer. And I might have to just let her go with that because she keeps saying she's not a salesperson and she doesn't want to do it. And I was wondering how to deal with her, specifically.
Yeah. So I'll address that. First of all, I'm not trying to get everybody in here as a business builder. I get everybody in as a brand partner because it's in their best interest.
Right.
Why? First of all, this isn't a try it before you buy it type scenario. You don't, this isn't a supplement where you take it a few days and can you feel anything and this and that. Like, you've got to set up proper expectation from the beginning of, hey, what's recommended is 1 sleeve for every decade of life. A sleeve is a 30-day supply. And so for me, and you can give your own example, for me, I'm almost 50, which meant that I knew that I was going to at least commit to 5 months. However, this is a lifelong commitment for myself. But I'll tell you that the reason you want to just get into the system is you're not obligated to do anything, but think of it as building a savings account. And with that savings account, there could be opportunity attached whenever your expectations are met. It's going to be really hard not to want to help other people. And whenever you do, you could start bringing in some additional income, that your patches could be paid for. You don't even have to pay for your patches. And so don't even make it about earning money.
Right.
Because sometimes that is, and you guys have to use discernment of who you're talking to, right? I know who I can talk money to, and I know who doesn't want to hear it right now. And so it's just like, I can just help you get your patches for free. And, by way of just coming into the system, the way that this business model works is that the person who gets in, then people fall underneath them in the business and volume accumulates. Just think of it as your own personal piggy bank. And when and if you're ever ready to help other people and introduce this life-changing technology, you could have an opportunity to even earn income that allows your patches to be free.
Perfect.
So sometimes, because for whatever reason, people, everybody needs more money, but somebody doesn't want to sell something to make money. I mean, it's just a mindset that we have to overcome, because I never looked at this when I
I can
first
hear
launched
you.
my business in
Oh,
June.
okay, she's back.
I never looked at this as, I'm about to build a business. It was, I'm about to help
Yeah.
the entire world. Because I was so
Right.
passionate about putting people first and what I had my hands on. And the business just, default started to build because I had a social obligation to share.
Well, that'll work perfectly for this one person. Just the beginning part of what you said.
Yeah.
It really would. It really will, because I think basically what she's saying, she's afraid that she won't be able to, sell it or whatever. Because I
Yeah.
didn't suggest that she sell it. I mean, this was, the whole presentation and everything, but she was pulling back. And so do we have the signing up and the one patch deal anymore? The one
I mean, you can
sleeve.
technically still, create a $25 membership and buy one sleeve, but if they have it within their budget to come in at the
Sure.
core pack, it eliminates the enrollment fee of $25.
Right.
Gives them a 3-month supply. And and you can say, hey, can you commit to at least 90 days?
Right.
Maybe you're 70 years old, but I'm just asking for 90 days.
Well,
Right.
because the one sleeve does not move forward into them upgrading. That volume doesn't go towards
Right.
the
I
upgrade.
think she would have gone to, be a preferred customer.
Are you doing the whole slide? Is that what you were doing in front of them? Were you doing all the slides?
No, this is on the
Okay.
phone and
Okay.
not the whole slide.
So I used to
But she
really
was ready
be,
to say yes, $100. She says, "Oh, that's great," and so she kept that in her mind, the $100
Sure.
like per month thing.
and
And
I
you know
used
what?
to,
If that's what, hold on, Luke. I'll turn it back to you. But if that's where she's most comfortable coming in, then let it.
That's
let
that
her
was
come
my
in.
gut. That's really my gut with
yeah.
For sure.
Okay, good. That's good.
So talking about three-way calls, because I love three-way calls so
Have to
much,
do 'em.
and I love third-party credibility so much. Just not a right way. A third-party credibility might be a Zoom. Third-party credibility might be a three-way chat on Facebook. And I used to really worry about the same thing that you're worried about, Lois. And that's the posture that I would carry, is getting awkward, getting uncomfortable, getting nervous leading up to asking them that. So what I did instead, and what's really helped me along the lines, is just have a conversation with them. As soon as they start, and don't worry about that, have somebody ready, say, I'm going to do this call, you know, I don't know, I don't know if they're going to need a three-way call or not, but I'm going to have somebody ready knowing that I'm making a call. Then, then here comes, basically the questions from them. And
Right.
listen, I honestly, I see the Zooms. You might say I watch the Zooms, but I really can't regurgitate all this information.
Yeah,
I
either.
understand it, but you know what? If I can see if my friend's available, she's like, I would say my best friend Tori, that had skin cancer, and then we started noticing that changing from using the patches, and that's why I'm actually using them. I would love for you to just hear her story because I know she can answer these questions. So if you don't mind, I'm going to grab her real quick and we'll just
Perfect.
and then be any excuse to use the three-way call, but you make it really casual. You make it like, hey, look, I know that you're busy, and I know that they're busy. They might got a couple seconds. They might not answer the phone. They might, but if I can call them, because that way, the more that I hear it too, the more that I can then answer the questions for other people. And so sometimes, or I'll refer to their story that relates to their story. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'll say.
That's us. We're frozen. Nobody else is frozen. Ah, oops.
Perfect.
Boom. Just get simple. I mean, and then, and then we don't, it's not like a closing call ever. It doesn't need,
Right. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I want to talk, there
Appreciate
could
it.
be another, let's talk about price because of, one of the most popular questions, how much does it cost, right? And that probably makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Because, and it's just, again, our mindset. So, you've got to get really good because my response has now just been $3 a day. It's super affordable. So I immediately bring that as the answer to the question, not
Good.
it's $100, it's $300, it's whatever. I just say it's $3 a day. It's super affordable and it absolutely will change your life.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Exactly. Or,
Yeah.
I'll even say, oh my gosh, it's $3 a day. I don't even drink my coffee anymore, which I was paying for $8 a day. So this is like,
Yeah.
and if you compare it to something like a coffee that they're spending $5 or $8 to, they're like, and I'm like, but also you should see all the people that have got off their medicine, and so they're actually saving.
Right. Or not have expensive surgery or anything else.
Yeah, and one additional thing when it comes to that, everybody's budgets are different, right? And I've
Sure.
been there. I've been there where there's zero money in the bank. So, you could have told me it was cheap as crap and I still couldn't have bought it. So, but everybody is gonna, at some point, they're not gonna stay broke forever.
Right.
And there's several
Tori.
people that I will,
tried to get Team Roper and cut her thumb off.
Who?
Brant's
that-
mom.
hold on
Brant.
a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
That,
His mom
Tay.
broke.
if finance,
Mute yourself.
Yes.
Sorry.
that's okay. If finances are an issue, there's been several people that I've shared like a pay app to get them enrolled. And basically what that allows them to do is budget out in 4 installments of to help get them started. And so, again, it's just to make them feel comfortable and
Sure.
not stressed over their finances. And so if we can get them started, and if I can show you a way, because this is me, just like this is real conversation, if I can show you a way to help break this payment or this purchase down into 4 installments, would that be easier on your budget? Of
Yeah.
course, the answer is always yes. And I'll say, okay, great. Let me send you over an app and we'll just see, let's just go from there. And there's several apps, you guys. I mean, people have done Cash App, they've done Zip, they've done Affirm, they've done PayPal. And so, and multiple apps out there allow you to break it into affordable installments. And that just, if they're on a weekly budget with their pay scale or whatever that looks like, it just makes a larger purchase much more affordable.
Which leads me to another, three-way call that I've done before. People have told me like my budget is this or my budget's that. I said, listen, we just our concern is making sure that you get on these patches. So we will find a way, we'll figure it out. I said, I know that Tori has helped people before with some sort of payment thing. Maybe I can call her right now and she can explain that to you. There's another three-way call right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
Tori.
Good.
Tori,
Yeah.
can I
Yeah.
chime in on this?
Yes.
one of the things that's worked for me when I know that budget is an issue for people is I don't know if any of you have seen my videos, but I get a lot of comments and people private message me and say, okay, well, how do you do it? You can get them for free. And I have to explain, you don't buy some and get them free, but let me explain to you how you can get them free because it's that important. And as I told Tori the other day, my goal is to get my brand partners and my customers to a place where they're getting their patches free. So preferred customer plus and any of my brand partners that are really customers for now, because I've only been around a couple months, so they're all new too. So, but to me, my conviction and how the product is worth the $100 and
sure.
and yeah, absolutely. If you don't have it, you don't have it. But what I'm doing for two of my friends is I'm setting up when I have two people coming on December 1st, and I have another friend whose date is TBA. But what I'm doing for her is I'm going to be doing a party. I'm either going to her house or we're going to do a Zoom. We haven't decided yet. It's like when she signs up, we're getting her her people signed up same day or next day. So it's like she does have the money to cover it up front though. So obviously if they don't, so when you want to go with the cash apps or whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm committed to helping them get their products free. And some people would benefit from more than X39, but I don't really talk about other products unless somebody's I've got this problem, I need it all. I've already done my research, but don't be afraid to help them get their products free by like what Carrie does. And I'm sure all of y'all do is like, who do you love? Who are the 4 people you love? Like just immediately, and then wait till they answer you. No, seriously, like who are the 4? And my other friend, I don't know, she'll probably start joining these pretty soon. She came in advance. She's gonna share for now, and you know how we like that. It was me too 2 months ago, and here I am. So but the same thing for her is we're gonna get her people signed up like right away. She had to take a trip. Daughter's going to college, did some college trips to go check out campuses and stuff. But like that's on my list for tomorrow is let's get you, like, who do you know? And it's either going to be let's send them some Zooms, let's get them on a 3-way call, let's obviously send them this is info. So like we're going to get her plugged into the system and immediately get these people signed up under her so that she can not dread because she's patching for herself, her mom, but her mom's going to sign up under her, and then 2 daughters. So she's going to need it to get people. So anyway, I'm very committed to that. That's my goal. November's coming to a close quickly, but so my goal might run into December, but that's what I'm doing. And I also love something you said earlier, Lois, about your friend that was concerned, about like nobody wants to feel sold, right? Nobody.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been in sales since I was 16, and I don't like to feel like I'm being sold, but
No.
to just speak from your heart and say, listen, you got to hear this story. I mean, I can send you videos, I can send you links, but the main thing is I want you to hear my friend Tori's story, or my friend Luke, or my friend Ashley, or Kim, whoever.
Yeah.
And it's find the verbiage that works for you,
Right.
that you're comfortable with. Because if you're uncomfortable saying it, they're going to be uncomfortable hearing it. And just find something that makes you feel comfortable. Like from my heart, I don't want you to miss out because I can't. This is what I tell some of my new brand partners is like, I don't want you to miss out because I don't know how to explain it. Like, let me just get you on the phone with someone that can answer your questions.
Yeah.
And you just say from your heart, and they know you, they're going to know that you're telling them the truth.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be great. And I'm actually trying to get more people on 3-way calls rather than doing them so that I can, move people along in my funnel. It's just been not a good week for me for that, but that's my goal also.
Yeah.
So
appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks.
Jessica, I love that you just put that in the chat, that she has a chiropractor whom she's been working on, messaged her about her mom and kidney failure. People are always watching, and this is so true, you guys, because people are always watching. And sometimes we might think, oh, I didn't get any likes, or nobody commented or anything like that.
they're watching.
Because because that's where we're looking for validation or edification or whatever, right? Y'all, you have just got to stay consistent no matter what. And just keep sharing the testimony, keep sharing the story. You see me all the time. I'll take whatever story I hear on a Zoom and I will drop a quote and I just put it on my page, and it creates a conversation every single time. And then I also want to reiterate, I brought on 10 brand partners in the last week.
Wow,
The
great.
majority of those started in June. The majority of those conversations started in June. So, most of you guys are like, a month, 2 months in, and you're feeling like you're getting rejected or whatnot. No, this is part of the process.
Yeah.
If Tracy were still on, I would have her speak to this, because she was one of the very first ones that I started talking to back in June. And I literally pretty much almost followed up every single week. And I'm like, why are you not doing this yet? And I just started getting bolder with my message. And finally, she's like, okay, fine. I can't take it anymore. And she hopped on the Zoom and she immediately came in. And then she's been learning and studying all day, making her list, creating a game plan. But this has been a work in progress since June. So
Good. Yeah.
you guys have got to understand, like, y'all probably think, oh, what? Every single person that Tori talks to, they say yes. Heck no. I just talked to
You wish.
a ton of people. There's literally probably 200 people in my pipeline, and they're just slowly trickling out. And
Yeah.
And Tracy, who she's talking about, we've known her for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
We coached her daughter. And so like we have a very good relationship with her and her family. So it's, it is a slow process for sure.
Well,
But
if
what
you
I
want to
realized
speed
here
up that, oh, look, I'll turn it to you. But if you want to speed up that process of your business growing, it simply means you've got to talk to more people. You cannot camp out on the same 2 to 3 people.
Right.
You've got to broaden your reach and keep going, because you're going to get real frustrated. I can't even imagine if I just stood here twiddling my thumbs waiting for Tracy to say yes. No, I'm going to keep steamrolling ahead, and I'm going to keep dripping on Tracy. And whenever she's ready to hop on, let the steamroll's not stopping. Okay. But you've got to keep reaching out to more people, not the same people. Because if they're not ready, they're not ready. Thank God nobody has taken a Tory route and taken a year to hop on board so far. And maybe I'll have that story one day. It took me a year to say yes. Well, I haven't been doing it a year yet, but if you want it to grow faster, don't camp out on the same people. You got to talk to more people. Luke, what were you going to say?
Yes, that's exactly right. Because whatever you have in your funnel right now, and whoever you've been talking to right now, imagine 1 month, 3 months, 6 months from now, them coming out. Okay. And so if you want a lot coming out and it building, then we need to have action now, and consistent action, and keep that consistent action. Because what I've seen in other things that we've shared, and Tori, oh, hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
We were just talking about Amy. But what I've realized in other, and other things that we've shared is, like, people might come in quicker because it's an impact product. They can feel it right away, but then they're going to go out just as quick. So what I'm realizing here, and Tori and I talked about that in the beginning, is it might take a little bit of more layers in the beginning, but they're going to stay on this product. I have friends that will stay on this for life, that I didn't even share it with. Other people shared it with. I have like probably 8 friends that I went to share it with. They already been on it a year, 2 years, 3 years even, and they're not going off of this. So what is that? A customer for life. So you guys got to know that this might take a little more of the follow-up in the beginning, but this is why the residual income here is like nothing I have ever seen in 14 years, and like nothing Tori has seen in all of her time, because people that love it do not stop.
Yeah. I want to
Right.
address a question. Do I feel that people respond more from my stories? You guys, it's just layers. It's layers.
Combination.
You know, I use my stories, I use the lives, I use my Facebook profile. And it's, you know, for me right now, you know, momentum is high, so I'm not going to stop what I've been doing. And to be quite honest, I don't really give a crap if somebody gets you know, like eye rolls if they see another post from me. You know what? You probably aren't going to be part of my business anyway, and you probably never would be. So it doesn't matter if you're eye rolling. I'm going to catch the people who can't help but sit there and think, what is she going to post today? Because and I've had people that have never commented one thing, never liked one thing, but have reached out and said, I have watched everything that you have posted. I have watched all the videos that you have
And
posted.
Amy's on here. Hi, Amy. That's who I was just telling you about that went on the cruise
Hey,
and
Amy.
connected us all through Facebook and just got engaged. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Woo!
Amy. Did I freeze?
Thanks,
You
guys.
froze. You
You
froze
Yeah,
for a
froze.
just
second.
froze.
Hi, Amy.
Okay, so no, I was just saying that, you know, they've said, I've seen everything that you've posted. I've watched all of your stories. I've watched all of your videos, but I never even knew because they had never ever liked or commented on anything over the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's got to encourage you. So open up your line if you have a question. If we have touched on some of the overcoming objectives, if there's something else that we need to bring to light.
Hi, my name's Leanne, and I am brand new, just starting to think about getting people in.
Welcome.
Thank you. I've been on the patch for a couple months, and I have like a list of small little things that I'm noticing. But to me, they're kind of a big deal. So I'm 66, and years ago I did chemo, and I didn't know better than to do that. And so I've had a lot of residual health issues, but they're all getting better. So I'll
Right.
tell more about that later, but I have a question or two. I see people posting in the chat groups, and I was curious if it's a good idea to share some of those posts on my Facebook, or should I come up with my own?
So, okay, what I will tell you in regards to Facebook, if you go on to somebody else's wall and you see their post and you're like, oh, I like that post, if you just share it, it's not going to get as many views. And then if you just copy and paste it verbatim, Facebook is also going to recognize that it's not original content. And therefore it won't also get as many views. And so if you were to take a post, and I don't know if I'm quite addressing your question that you're asking, I think I am, but if you see a post, you can copy it, but then change some of the wording to where, number one, it sounds like you, and then number two, what I'm going to always recommend you guys is make whatever you are sharing as personal and transparent as possible. If we just go and post like facts of stem cells, but yet we've never dripped our personal experience, we've never dripped what we're excited about, immediately you're going to come across as trying to sell something, and you have not brought somebody into your journey. And so, Leanne, again, welcome to LifeWave. I'm so glad that you hopped on tonight. If
Thank you.
know the fact that you've already started experiencing some benefits after patching 2 months from, you know, what the residual aftermath of the chemo has been, that's exactly where I would start. That's exactly what I would start sharing with your audience to say, I don't know if you guys are familiar. You know, I went through a health scare and a journey. Back in XYZ, I went through chemo, and, you know, unfortunately that left me with a lot of residual side effects. And 2 months ago, my friend introduced me to something that is absolutely changing my life. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about stem cell regeneration, but here's what's happened. And then start bringing people into your story.
Perfect.
And that's where you're going to make the biggest impact, hands down.
Thank you so much. That really,
Yeah, that's so good.
That really,
yeah, that really resonates with me. Yeah,
People want
I
to know
appreciate
about you, right? They want to
you.
know about your story. They want to feel like they're a part of your life. That's why they follow you, right?
Yeah.
That's why we follow
Yeah.
our friends.
I have like,
oh God.
I don't know, somewhere around 1,000 or 1,100 Facebook friends. And at first I was thinking, well, I need to start a separate page for this, but I really need to keep it where I have connections, right?
Yes.
Yes, and you want to make it, you know, simple, duplicatable, real, relevant. For me personally, I would never start a separate page to do this because I want, any time that I've ever launched or built anything, you know, one of the things that I think has made us so successful is my transparency, is my honesty, and is, you know, I will never, I'm the most real and relatable and transparent person you're probably ever going to meet. I am not the polished person. I'm not the picture perfect, facade. I'm just not. And that's where I have gained a lot of influence and trust, is because I've never been that way. So when they see me start talking about something, you know, I've had some of the best compliments that I've ever had is, Tori, I know that if you are sharing this, then it's legit. You don't even have to try to convince me, because they know my integrity is always going to be intact when it comes to me bringing something to my network. And that is such a beautiful compliment that I've received.
Yeah.
And you want to create that same type of trust factor with your network, is always just being, you know, real and what's happening and why you're excited. And you guys, I can't help but share this. I now want to help the world know about stem cell regeneration, you know, and just that is going to be your best asset, is you. You are your best asset.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so 24 years ago, I had cancer the first time and I got scared into a lot of things I didn't want to do. And then about a year after chemo, I had another tumor, and I had met a lot of people who were doing natural treatments for things and had a lot of friends give me some good advice. And I went all natural that time and with great results. Of course, I didn't have to nearly die from chemo either. And so a lot of people will come to me for health questions and send their friends to me if they have cancer and different things. So I am kind of excited to start sharing, but I want to make sure I do it the right way, you know, start on the right foot.
Yeah. And please, Leanne, I'm not sure who brought you in, but we never have a hierarchy here. So absolutely feel free to reach out to your friend, but please know that all of us are, you know, one family. And if there's anything that I can help you with, Luke, Ashley, any of the tribe, we've got your back.
Thank you. That's so nice. Yeah, Elle, Scott Lewis.
Oh, we love Elle. Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, Elle's great. Hey, I wanted to say something. Amy, can you hear us? If you can, I know you just came from the doctor. Do you have any updates on the son's arm?
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey, yes. So I was just actually speaking to my dad just before about, because I told him I was on the Zoom, and obviously Luke and Tori were amazing in terms of suggesting certain patches for my son's arm. He broke his arm 3.5 weeks ago, fully snapped it in half at the elbow, and they suggested the Aeon and the kerosene ones especially for that. And with the bruising and the inflammation, like I was literally actually really shocked to see within 4 to 5 days all of that go. Where usually for that, what he just went through, that should have been 2 weeks of bruising and being really swollen and all of that sort of thing. And yeah, it was crazy. I was like, this ain't gonna work. Being straight up, I said it to Luke. I was like, this is not gonna work. And I was into my head going, let's just see. And it did. And I'm still to this day, he still puts them on. We just got back from the hospital. He got the pins out and his healing and everything has been amazing. So it's just
So cool.
yeah.
Does he use the X39 too?
Yes, so does
Awesome.
mummy. And now what I've just done as well is also given my mum's fractured her foot. So I've given my mum, I know. We had a cruise ship of a broken foot and a broken arm. It was great. But we had the best time. But I've just given my mum the whole bunch of them to try and put them on her foot as well over the next week. So I will keep you guys informed of how that's going as well. It was amazing.
Cool.
Make sure that you put those directly on her foot, the at least minimum, at least the Aeon and the X39 always. And then of course, carnosine is great for tissue healing. So if there's any soft tissue damage or anything, it'll also help that as well. So that's fantastic. Thanks for sharing and giving us the update.
It's okay. And I've got just to show you guys, I've got one on my back, you see?
Yeah.
Right there.
Hey.
That's I get really bad, I guess, I hold my stress in here, my neck, my shoulders, my shoulder blades, and I get really, really bad pains. And I was like, oh, God, Amy, you've got these patches that you could try and use instead of having to have Voltaren or Panadol Nurofen to help with the pain, or the ointment that I usually would use. And so the last 2 days, I've popped that on right there, and it's gone. Actually genuinely gone, the pain. It's a really open platform, and I'm always going to be open and honest. And as I said before, I've used dermal patches before. I was in love with them, and like probably quite a few of you here, I sat and watched for about 5 months before going, okay, Luke, Tori, let's give this a go. And especially with Bo breaking his arm, I was like, here's a really, really good I guess you'll be a really good guinea pig in one respect with these to see if they actually work. And I'm still blown away and a bit gobsmacked that these are actually working. And well, for us, it's been working fast. Obviously, other people have different reactions, different time frames, and how they work on their body. And I'm blown away. I'm actually blown away because I'm like, damn. Oh, that's actually works, and it's not actually a scam or it's crap, or it just being straight up, because we've all been I've been in this industry for a long time, and there's so many different solutions out there. Some are amazing, some are not, but people are really good at talking, and I am not like that. They are, we all are, and I'm not like that. I lead from heart, and I want to make sure that we're partnering with people and it's the right people. And Luke and Tori, I need to give you guys an acknowledgement and praise, because you both have gone above and beyond, and I know you go above and beyond for a lot of people. But the biggest thing for me of being a global leader on this side of the world, and what I've had in the past, I've never had 2 people, and I need to say this to you guys, and how lucky we have it here with these two people both tell me, holiday, stop, just have a break, have a holiday, Amy, we've got you. And that is so rare. I will say that to my team or business partners, but to have that back, some people say that to me, that is so rare in any industry out there in the world. And I just want to say thank you to you both. We're very lucky to have 2 incredible, genuine souls who lead with big hearts, massive personalities, and I feel damn lucky, and thank you so much.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Amy.
Oh gosh, be quiet, Amy.
Yeah, it's so good though, but it's so true, you guys. I think, and that goes to show that we have all of your backs, and when we say something, we do something. And it's just so, because balance is important. And we also have to, we are building a volunteer army. Okay. Nobody has to do this. And this is not a job, right? This is what you guys, if anything, that we want to share a message of hope, that this can be whatever it is that you want. I don't ever want anybody to feel obligated. I don't ever want anybody to feel pressured. And if you guys need a break, if you're on vacation or whatever, we absolutely want you to do that. And without, like, you're never ever going to get ill will from me, and I hope nobody else, because you have other life priorities, because this cannot be your only priority. Your family has to be your priority. Your relationship with, your faith has to be your priority. And then of those of you who have other jobs, that has to be a priority. We have to honor that. And then we are just going to be here to serve you. That is what our heart's desire is and commitment is just to serve at whatever capacity you allow us to. So if you want to put me on calls all day long, Luke, I'm going to do calls all day long with Luke. If you want to, do lives, if you want to fill my inbox up with three-way messengers, it is whatever we can do to serve, that you are seeking help. That's just our commitment, period. So I love that. All right, we're coming into over an hour. I just love you guys so much. Is there anything else that we have not addressed tonight? And thank y'all so much for hanging in there. Any other questions that we have? Yeah, Lois, did you have one more question? Oh, you're muted.
It's not a question, but it is a testimony that was duplicated by a brand partner of mine, which I thought was pretty amazing. And I'll be quick about it if it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had said in the group about how I was shocked to find out, like within the last week, just exactly what brain balance meant. I had brain fog. We all have brain fog. We all have a little memory thing. Or you go, oh yeah, whatever. What I thought was brain balance, until about 3 or 4 or 5 days ago, I had a feeling of really of mental balance. Like, well, the first thing is I realized that I was just extremely happy and that nobody could push my buttons. People who know which buttons to push, and things like that. And it's a complete change for me, because I'm kind of, out there. But I was talking to my friend and brand partner, Stephanie Svalak, who couldn't get on tonight. And she said, well, I'm doing the same thing. We got on, we started at the same time. And I said, what do you mean? She says, I feel the same thing. She says, I was talking to my sister-in-law, and we were talking, and my son-in-law about about her grandson, and things that could have gone a little, awkward, she pulled back from. And she says, I'm even thinking about inviting somebody to Thanksgiving that could have been an issue. And it was amazing, because she was saying and feeling word for word what I was experiencing, which to me is tremendous. I mean, if we all had that, if we all felt like that, what a wonderful world this would be, so to speak. But that's my definition now of brain balance, which is completely different than what I thought it was, 8 weeks ago. So
I love
just wanted to throw that in.
Stephanie Spalek, she's a
Yes.
member of yours?
Yes.
Does she live in Texas?
She goes to Texas a lot. She has
it's not the same. It's not. I have a friend, that's her name. And I was like, what? But it's the same name, Spalek. And her mother-in-law, and I believe her brother lives, I know they live up in, like, out of Longview or something like that, somewhere up north. No, she lives down in the New Braunfels kind of outside of Austin type area, right?
No, but that's amazing.
Okay. Anyways, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't even know. But yeah, different Stephanie. I love that testimony. Okay, you guys, we're gonna hop off. I love you guys. I love Tuesday nights. Do y'all like this forum? Hopefully, those of you who don't have your cameras on, that you hopefully you find value in just listening and you know, whenever you become comfortable to talk, we would love to hear from you because I don't ever want you to, you know, feel intimidated or scared. Because this is your tribe and we want to make it as comfortable as possible. So if there's anything else that we can do that maybe was not addressed on here tonight, please, you can feel free to message, to set up a coaching call with myself or anybody else. And we would love to just, you know, continue moving forward together as one tribe patching the world. So you guys are amazing. We love you. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
This was
Thanks.
great. Thank you so much.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you,
Love you guys.
everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.